Hey, baby girl.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'll send my prayers for you.
I hate this car. I lost everything. My husband's dead, and they said I was an unfit mother. Took away my little girl.
Have you heard of this book? Help me.
You're late, Ashley. The lady dropped this off for you.
It's really nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And, you know, I personally got a chance to look at this amazing film that's inspired by true events. What was it about this specific story that made you come on and decide to produce a movie out of it?
Because, as you say, I found the story incredible, improbable, actually. I just thought, how is this a true story that a man who killed 4 people in a day finds himself in this woman's apartment? She's a meth addict. She only moved in the night before. And yet, a murderer and a meth addict in an apartment together leads to a situation whereby they both make better choices beyond this night. And so, for me, that just felt a very ripe story for a cinematic treatment.
It already sounds like it's a ready-made movie.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
But unfortunately, it is true.
Yeah.
And how challenging would you say was the preparation for this film? Because obviously, you have to get into the mindset of a murderer. How challenging was that for you?
Well, exactly as you say. I mean, that was both the challenge and the thing that gave me pause. I wasn't sure, A, that I could do it convincingly, because I'd never played a role like that before, but B, did I want to do this? Did I want to put myself in that headspace? Did I want to go there in the way that you have to in order to tell the truth? And in all honesty, I was just so inspired by, to my mind, how God moved on that day within these 2 people and within this situation that I just felt, you know what, I want to lend myself to this because the story in its totality is just so incredible in a sense.
Of course, and I'm so glad that you touched on God because I was just about to bring up religion. You know, there's strong themes of faith within this film. What would you say has the response been from the Christian community?
It's been incredibly encouraging, actually, because I guess if you were to categorize the film, you would call it a faith-based movie. But you know, in my mind, it's a thriller, it's a true crime story, but that happens to have faith as an intrinsic, organic element of it. And so I think one of the things people have been most complimentary about is that it doesn't feel preachy, it doesn't sort of feel agenda-ridden, it just feels like a good film that happens to have faith as a strong element and hopefully an inspirational element of the film.
I need to see my daughter.
You're not going anywhere.
God, please help me.
You call me out upon.
What is that? What are you doing?
Just a book.
Read it to me.
If you want to know why you were placed on this planet, you must begin with God. And He expects you to make the most of what you have been given.
I haven't been given anything.
You have a son.
And, you know, one of the books, well, the book, should I say, that Ashley Smith, read to Brian Nichols when she was held captive. One of the quotes that I got from the book was, "The greatest tragedy is not death, but life without purpose." What would you say is the purpose for your life?
Well, the purpose for my life, one of the purposes of my life, I think, is to be able to tell stories like this. I mean, you know, I was very blessed to do a film called Selma, in which I played Dr. King, and you know, again, a film in which faith is intrinsically woven in, that he was a man of faith and his faith governed his activism and left the world a better place than he found it. You know, to have films like that, like this, that hopefully are thought-provoking, open people's eyes to what it is to be human and how it is to get beyond certain challenges is a responsibility that I take very seriously.
And I am sure that the many young people that look up to you really do gain inspiration from you. I mean, how do you feel to be a role model to so many young people, especially ethnic minority?
Well, you know, for better or for worse, when you're in the public eye, when you have a degree of notoriety, people seem to want to listen to what you have to say. A lot of people who have that platform, to be perfectly frank, talk a lot of nonsense. And so, you know, for me personally, if I am afforded that, I want to try and say things, do things, be a way that is meaningful and encouraging and hopefully helps people through their own lives and situations. And as it pertains to being a black man myself, to try and break down barriers that maybe those coming beyond me might face. And so, again, it's a privilege and something I take seriously.
I'm sure that you do, and we can definitely see that it's evident. I personally remember watching you from Spooks to to Martin Luther King, and I've been inspired by you. But last but not least, as we round up, you are definitely of Nigerian heritage.
Yes.
What is your favorite Nigerian food?
Oh, my favorite night, jollof rice and fried plantain. Of course.
Can you cook them?
Of course not. Of course, I have a mum. No, my mum is the one who's a big fan of your channel, by
Amazing.
the way. Ben TV
Thank
is
you.
on all the time in
Thank
our
you.
house. So yeah, those are my favorites.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.